how you measure the success of your project. When I ask this question to my participants, the general answer is, completing the project within time, within cost, and as per the specification or the scope. This is a very stereotype answer, but when we look at the, results, or when we ask from the management, how do you measure the success of a project? They have a very different, input. They used to say that how well the project is working in the operation environment, how well my end users are conceiving it, how the project end result is solving my problem. So you can clearly see that both the group has different definitions or different perspective of project success. I call it a value conflict. Why I call it a value conflict is because the guys or the team or the vendor who is doing the project, their concern, their concept is that get the specification right. There will be no scope changes. Do the project as per the specification and quality, and complete the project within time. Get their money and bye bye, because their value is doing the project on time and get their money out as soon as they can get out of it. So this is how they perceive their value. But when you look at the client or the end user or the management, they are much concerned about that the end result of project, when you will deliver the project to the end user, how they are going to use it, how much value they are getting from this project. And this is where the conflict is. They both are seeing the same project from different lenses. They both have different perspective, and this is where the problem is. I generally, when I see these things, I say that you need to be very, very careful from the perspective of output and outcome. And I try to explain this thing a lot about the perspective of output and outcome. You see, when you as a project manager got a project, your target is to deliver the output. Output is, let's suppose we right now we're talking about artificial intelligence, IoT, big data, and whatnot. Let's suppose you are doing a CRM's, customer relationship management, based on with some new features on if AI. So you are very excited that your CRM uses artificial intelligence. But for the purpose of client, they don't care that you are using AI or you are using simple if else statements. What they care is that is your CRM is going to help them to increase the sales. You are very much confident that yes, your CRM is going to increase the sale, but you're not going to take the risk. You like, one guy came to me and said, I said, we have a CRM and you can use it and it will help you to increase your sale. I said, how much you are going to charge me? And he said, X billion rupees and PKR. And said, okay. And I said, what if my sales are not increased? They said, this is the problem of your team. I said, okay, why don't you charge me, a couple of, uh, you can say 1,000 rupees, and then you got commission based on each sale, and they just backed off. So they were very confident that after using, and they're pitching me that after using their AI based CRM, it will help me to increase my sale, and I will reach from A point to B point and whatnot. And when I asked them, just do it on commission base, and they just backed off. So it means that you are not confident about your product itself. So this is a very catch-22 situation, because vendor wants their money as soon as their project is done, but client will be realizing the value after the project is being implemented and their team is going to utilize it. So right now there is a lot of hue and cry about project implementations, project results. Previously, lots of researchers blamed PMI, that PMI is giving us a tunnel vision, where they ask us to measure the success of project within time, cost, and scope. In fact, till PMBOK 5th edition, PMI was very particular. In fact, if you look at the PMBOK 5th edition in chapter number 2, project success, it says that for us, the success of a project is how well we are delivering the project within time, cost, and scope. But when PMI launched their PMBOK 6th edition, and when they talked about success measure, they said that we of course traditionally we talked about time, cost, and scope, but recently, based on some practitioners and scholars, you should consider the stakeholder needs and expectation, and set the criteria of success, set the success criteria based on their needs. But here the point is, what will be the role of project manager in this context? So when you talk about the project, when you talk about that project manager should be responsible of outcome of the project, here you need to see what role, what responsibility you are, asking from project manager to perform and relay these things. Even though PMI also talked about project benefit management in PMBOK's edition, but still I believe it's gray area. For some projects you can do it, but for not all projects you can. For all projects you cannot do it. So here my 2 cents are clearly define the success criteria, and also identify that if your success criteria goes beyond output and you are responsible of outcome too, so define the project manager roles and responsibilities very clearly. So please share your project outcome and output and see how it works for you and your team. I'm anxiously waiting for your inputs. Thank you.